How familiar are you with the Sri Vidya or any puja situation? Generally, puja situation you are familiar with. Maybe not with the Sri Vidya is a deep tradition. It is one of the esoteric traditions. It is a ritual which integrates different kinds of disciplines into it. For example, there are aspects of this ritual where you have a visualization that you are placing your body on a funeral pyre and cover it with sticks and set it to light. So there is a light which burns up your body, and once you burn up your body, everything that belongs to the body goes away. Okay, this is an imagination. In imagination, you try to dissociate yourself totally with your body, and then having done that, it's reduced to ashes now, which you are seeing in your mind's eye. And then you imagine that the clouds are gathering, there is a rain and thunder and lightning flashes, and the rain is there, and this rain gives a new life to this ashes, and these ashes then take the form of the Divine Personality, and it is that personality who is, from that point onwards, you have reset yourself to the state of being the Devi whom you are going to worship. So it is not what is your name? Jo. It's not Jo worshipping Devi, but it is Devi worshipping Devi from that point onwards. Okay. Now, the act of worship implies a division. That is for your joy. That's for your play. Okay. What you are trying to do there is to find a map, to give a structure to the cosmos in ways you can understand them. You are generating a probing action into the universe through different channels of communication, and each of the areas in the Sri Chakra represents a particular aspect of the cosmos, and you are trying to understand, go into that, and you are dividing up, but then you are unifying everything into the center there. So this as I said, balancing of the male and the female aspects, the receptive and the active aspects, is taking place in this one. So in that sense, it's a divisive as well as a unitive algorithm or a procedure. Okay. In a puja context, at the end of the puja, you withdraw that thing back into yourself, and you are all alone. During the puja, Archana Kale Rupagata, at the time of worship, she takes a form, assumes a form. Where does the form come from you? It comes from within your heart, and you know that it has come from within your heart. You are worshipping yourself when you are worshipping the Devi, and this experience of the mirror imaging of yourself into Devi is an essential part of the ritual. Every action that you are performing, you must visualize the image being what you are doing there, you are experiencing. If you are giving a bath to the Devi, you must be experiencing the bath flowing over your body. To the extent that you are capable of going through this visualizations, to that extent the ritual is successful. Okay. So it is two sides of the mirror, this one laughing and that one laughing, but you know that it's only an image. Okay. This helps because you are trying to create a model for yourself and a model for the cosmos to grow into. This is based on the mutually supportive functions of the different aspects of the intelligence, not divisive, I would prefer to use supportive to cooperative. The cooperative is not strong enough. When you are doing something, if the other persons are supporting you in your actions, then there is harmony in that. So supportive, validating kind of an environment is what is created by a Shri Chakra. Shri Chakra means a wheel, and who is the center of the chakra? The Shri. Shri means auspiciousness. It can be translated as love, it can be translated as harmony, it can be translated as the deepest of joy that one is capable of. All these things. So Shri Chakra is the auspicious circle of whom? Of the devotees. They are all parts of your own self. So like Shri Krishna playing with the gopi mandala, you are playing with yourself. And this concept of Shri Krishna playing with the 16,000 gopis is derived from the fact that there are 16 petal lotus here in the neck, Vishuddhi Chakra, and there is 1,000 petal lotus here. If you draw lines connecting each of these petals to one of those petals there, you have got 16,000 lines. These are, each one of them is a different chitta vritti, the mind vortex or the thought pattern. So through 16,000 different thought patterns, the Kundalini Shakti is flowering and playing with itself. That is the concept there. In fact, there is nobody else besides you in this whole blessed world. So where is the question of even a division between thought and action? It's not there. Thought is action when there is no division. If you draw a space like this, and if you form a structure in the space, and then you can say, if there is an arrow going like this, I can say, this arrow is going from outside to inside. This arrow represents a sensory mode of functioning. I am knowing I am inside this, and the world is outside this, and I am knowing about this world. This is sensory arrow. But if I am acting on the world, then it's an outgoing arrow. The division between the outgoing and the incoming arrow is there so long as a boundary is there. So long as the sensory apparatus is functioning, so long you have got the division between action and thinking. You are about the boundary, there is an arrow there. You can't say whether the arrow is going in or going out. So it represents both thought and action. So thought is action when you have merged yourself into the cosmos. As long as you preserve the diversity or division, then the thought is not the same thing as action. So the interval between thought and action is brought about by the existence of a contour or a boundary which is dividing the inside from outside. So the difference between aham and maha, you write aham aham and reverse this maha, the opposite, that is mahat. Mahat is the cosmos and aham is the role model that you are playing, thinking that your body, your thoughts, your individual thoughts are representing totality. That's not so. The universe is your true nature. You are capable of knowing the universe, being the universe. All that you have got to do is throw away this limited thing and gain the eternal thing. Yes? Yeah. Any other questions, please? It's a good question. She is asking me whether there are different mantras for different roles, different purposes. Yeah. Let's suppose that you want to go to a beautiful place. There are several peaks around that. You can observe that beautiful place from different peaks, from peak A, peak B, peak C, and from each place it has got its own beauty, its own representation. When you are approaching that peak, you are having a different experience of the road that's going there, and the visions that is presenting. In the same way, the beauty, the harmony of the dynamic nature of the Mother Universe can be appreciated through different channels of communication, and each different mantra is a different channel of communication. You can communicate with the world through the channel of fear, which is at the Mooladhara chakra, or you can communicate it through the channel of the continuity of the race, the Swadhisthana chakra, or you can appreciate the universe from the point of view of its awesome power and glory, that is the Manipura chakra, or you can try to appreciate the universe from the standpoint of view of the universal love, unconditional love, that is the heart chakra. Or you can ignore all these things, ignore all the attachments, go merge yourself in all the space, be like the tummy that contains the whole universe inside of yourself. You are like the mother. Then you are the Vishuddhi chakra, you are containing all space. Then you see the world growing as a baby inside your womb, as Hiranyagarbha. Then you are going to the time chakra. Then you know what is in the past, present and future, both of Bhavishyat, Vartamana. So there are different levels and different amnayas. At each level, they got different ways of appreciating this. Each of these mantras is a way of appreciating the universe. It's a channel of communication. You got like so many channels in TV, so many mantras. You can have a Rajarajeshwari channel, you can have Bhuvaneshwari channel, you can have Mahamaya channel, you can Kali, Tara, Sundari, Bagala, Chinnamasta, Bhairavi, Kamalatmika. All the different channels are there. You can choose one that is appropriate to your level of your functioning. And the higher forms are more enjoyable, but you must also appreciate the different aspects. You should be both here as well as here, at both places. Then, as I said, you must balance your yang and yin, your Shiva and Shakti aspects. You must probe the world with different mantras, different ways, different peaks. You see the perfection in different ways. But at the same time, you must be able to correlate them and see the unity behind this diversity also. There is joy and bliss in the diversity, and there is the joy and bliss in the unity. The creativity is there in the diversity, creating the diversity, and in Laya, in reabsorbing back into yourself. The release of tension is there. Tension is there in creation, and release is there in a reabsorption. You must experience both. You must be tense, you must be relaxed. Tense, relax, tense, relax. Energy bottled up is matter. Must become matter, become dense. Unbottled matter is energy. You must explode into the pure energy. You must be able to do both these things. It is in the interaction between these two poles that the real bliss is there. Any other questions? Tracy, you said you had a question. See, Shiva is?
Still point in space in constant contemplation and Shakti as
The dynamic.
And how's that reconciling which the gross thing reverse?
Oh. Well, if you why are the roles reversed?
In the sense that,
Yeah, okay.
in the sense that yang is aggressive and
Right.
while yin is
Yes.
acid and without that.
We can say this in more general terms, like the kinetic and the static. The kinetic is the dynamic aspect and the static aspect. If you are sitting on the earth, then the sun seems to go around yourself. But if you are on the sun, the earth seems to go around you. So the static appears as dynamic from the dynamics point of view. The static appears as dynamic from the dynamics point of view. The dynamic also appears as dynamic from the statics point of view. So dynamic is the more essential nature. You may identify it with anything, but we prefer to identify it with Shakti. It is just a tradition, that's all. There is no essential difference between these two. The main thing is the balance between them, the unity of these two. You can say that the static is an asymptotic limit of the dynamic. You can consider a harmonic wave, and as the amplitude of this is reduced to 0, then you achieve the approach the static limit. So, but they are interchangeable, like a kinetic energy and potential energy. They can keep changing roles from one to the other. Say as you are moving the pendulum from this end to the other end, at the extreme position, it's purely potential energy, and there is no motion there, kinetic energy. And when the potential energy keeps getting transformed into kinetic energy, it acquires more and more speed, and it acquires more and more kinetic energy, and then it gets transformed back into the potential. So it keeps oscillating between these two. There are different modes of energy, and you can exchange between these two. So there is no hard and fast rule which you can want to call kinetic. You can give it a different name. It so happened that this role inversion has been taking place all along. See, for example, when initially geographically they were some of this mother worship was there. It was called Ma, mother, Nu, the sky. And when it came to India, it becomes Manu, the male, Manu Dharma Shastra. So this role inversions has been taking place, and this is one of those role inversions. There is no essential difference between Shiva and Shakti. It's just the name you apply to one of the energies, right?